I am joined by Mr. Sarvesh Tripathi. He is an ex-assistant commandant in CRPF, Central Reserve Police Force. On 7th February, Union Minister of State for Home Nityanand Rai informed the Parliament that around 83,000 posts were lying vacant in the Central Armed Police Force. He said that the ministry is taking earnest steps to fill up the vacancies by December 2023. I am going to talk to Mr. Tripathi regarding the ground realities in the Central Armed Police Force. Mr. Tripathi, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for bringing me here.
Can you please tell us when and why did you join the CRPF?
I joined in 2000. I'm from UPSC 2013 batch, basically 2012 exam batch. I joined my academy in 2014, and then I have served in almost all the areas, the theaters of CRPF, starting from anti-Naxal operations in Gadchiroli, then in Kashmir, and then in CRPF headquarters. The last posting of mine was in CRPF headquarters.
Okay, so why did you leave the force?
Two reasons. One was I had plans. I had to practice law. Second was I was not. For me, I was not getting the growth I aspired for.
Okay, so now there are 83,000 vacant posts in the CAPF. What is the reason behind this mass vacancy?
Government's intent not to fill the posts.
So the government now has planned to fill the vacancies this year itself. What is the progress in this matter?
The thing is that there are certain issues like 2018 SSC-GD constable batch. It has cleared all the phases of exam, but it hasn't got the recruitment letter yet. And you can see the protests all around in Nagpur and various places.
Okay. So how is this increasing number of vacancies affecting the forces?
Yeah, it is very alarming actually. See, we in a unit, being a unit commander or being a company commander, you face the challenges. You have to get the prerequisite op strength which is required for the operations, and then you have to cater for the leaves and requirements of the people under command. So the actual postage strength and the strength on the papers are different. So for that, you need to fill vacancies. It is a matter of national security, actually. So it is alarming. This number of vacancies is alarming, actually.
Okay, so what are the major challenges faced by the CAPF Jawans?
You name it. The first challenge is everything under the sun, every duty under the sun they are performing. Be it Naxal operations in Chhattisgarh, Gadchiroli, or any other place. Be it in counterinsurgency operations in Kashmir, ROP duties. They have to work around at least 15 to 16 hours a day these days. Like I was posted in Kashmir, we had to perform ROP, road opening parties, do road opening duties. So you have to sanitize the road. The troops did not get a single day off. They had to work for 16 hours, 7 days a week. So that is the major problem. They don't get proper leave. Honorable Home Minister of India routed a plan of 100 days leave. It has nothing to do with on the ground yet. So it has not been implemented in true spirit. I guess it has not been implemented at all. So what we need is a mechanism for the grievance redressal of these troops. First, they face a lot of stress, personal stress, professional stress. So it is not about forming some committee only. There should be a board for paramilitary welfare boards, all in all the states. District wise, it can be done. Ex-paramilitary officers can cater for it. The first thing you need is a proper grievance redressal mechanism for them. Second is proper leave. Third is you can have certain number of barracks, more number of family quarters, so that they can reside with their families for the proper respite, and the personal stress can be tackled that way. These are the problems they face.
Okay, as you said, the Jawans face personal stress, professional stress. So, can you share some, as you have been in the force, can you share some personal stories of the Jawans?
There are n number of stories. You operate in such areas that if they get news about their parents dying, they cannot get rescued from that place, like evacuated from that place to reach to the airport, nearest airport or the nearest. Like in Gadchiroli, you have to reach Nagpur airport to get a flight, right? And that is from the jungles to Gadchiroli district. It takes 3 to 4 hours on foot, and then they go to Nagpur. That takes another 4 hours, I guess. So after that, they can take a flight. The n number of stories are there for their challenges. They face the threat of malaria in jungles, right? Threat of bullets, obviously, and personal stress.
Okay. In 2021, 156 CAPF personnel committed suicide. And notably, from 2012, the number is increasing in this matter. What can be the reason behind such a situation?
I told you earlier, we are not addressing the stress properly. The morale is not at par, which is required. And the reason behind this, see, if I give an example of officers in the forces, being a direct officer of the force, in December 2015, Honorable Delhi High Court gave a verdict that all these CAPFs are organized cadre for their promotions, timely promotions, and all the benefits. Then government went to the Supreme Court challenging the order. SLP was dismissed, and the Supreme Court also declared that these are OGS, organized group A services, organized cadre. The cabinet announced, sorry, the cabinet announced, Shri Prakash Javadekar announced on TV that it has been given for the forces, organized group A and NFFU, non-functional financial upgradation, right? But nothing happened on ground. Abhi we are in the courts. We are in the court, in the Supreme Court for contempt. So this is the plight. This is the morale of officers we're talking about. So the commander is facing the problem. How can he motivate the troops under his command? Let's take the example of an old pension scheme. 11th January this year, the Honorable Delhi High Court gave a verdict that we are the CAPFs are the armed forces of the Union according to Article 246(7) of the Indian Constitution. And the government, the High Court, Honorable High Court said that we should be given old pension scheme like the armed forces, like the Army, Navy, and Air Force. We are talking today, and there is no official order regarding this from the government side. So how can we tackle? How can we boost the morale of the forces if you're not implementing the orders of the Delhi High Court or High Courts? That is the situation. That is a very grave situation, a grave injustice to the CAPFs, and that needs to be cut.
Like there are situations where you said that CAPF does not get the leave sanctioned. So why is there a difficulty in getting the leave sanctioned?
They do get the leave sanctioned, but as a commander, if you have like say there's a company strength of 135 on papers, you have got 100 under your command. There are people who are attached to the senior officers or senior officers attachments and senior officers, and you have got 100, out of which 30 personals are on leave already. You have to maintain 76 or 78 operational strength. I'm giving an example. So, and if you have applications of 20 odd people on your table, how can you give leaves to all of them?
In October 2021, a task force was formed to look into the well-being of the Jawans by the Home Ministry. Now, as per the ground reality, how effective has the task force been in dealing with the mental health and well-being of CAPF Jawans?
In this conversation only, you said, right, that there's an increasing number of suicides. Is it working then? We don't need committees on paper. We need things to be worked upon on the ground. And this is not the way. If this was the way, this would have been the way. This number of increasing suicide was not there, right?
So what, according to you, can be the way forward to ensure better working conditions for Jawans?
There are several things which needs to be, organized properly. First thing is their working hours. A normal person, especially in that stressful conditions, like in Kashmir, in snow-filled areas, if you have to work for 14, 16 hours, that is a bit too much to ask for. So first thing is proper regulation of working hours. 8 hours is too much to ask for, right? Then and for that also you need to fill the vacancies again. Then the proper conditions. Again, 100 days leave was a good initiative. If that can be implemented, that would be a very good thing. Then a grievance redressal mechanism, a board, a welfare board, proper welfare board. I would quote it. I would give an example. Shahid Bhalerao, AC, Shahid Nitin Bhalerao, AC, who led his life in an ID blast, extreme sacrifice he gave. And 3 days back, his wife also died. She suffered, I guess, a heart cardiac failure, and she died. They have a daughter of 8 years, 8 years old daughter. So, who is responsible for her well-being, right? We need a proper mechanism, welfare board, to look after the families. जिसके भरोसे पे ये जवान जाते हैं, हम जाते हैं, लड़ते हैं. So for that, we need a proper mechanism like Army has it. Army has got the welfare boards and everything. So on the same line, CAPF should also get this.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Tripathi, for your time. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.